Data is new gold.
For India, we've had very rapid digitalization that everybody wants to get on social media, everybody wants to have digital bank accounts, everything, but that initial knowledge of where your data can go wrong was not there. If somebody really gets your password, that is the first thing that they can do to harm. Mostly hackers are lazy. They don't want to really work too hard to
Get the data.
Get the data.
There was a recent trend. They were uploading their picture into ChatGPT. It would give them vintage picture of them. People started uploading their pictures into AI. 10 years from now, you don't know. This scam has become biggest sensation in last 6 months. And then for young listeners, okay, who are listening to this podcast, what's the career path if they want to get into cybersecurity or anything around this area?
So I think cybersecurity is a very, very exciting field in itself. So having these on your resume is definitely a plus.
Okay.
In addition to masters and bachelors. And the major risk is they can actually steal your data. Every scam is motivated by something financial. It is a question mark.
Hi, welcome to MAAB Talks, Malya. So, if you have to introduce yourself in less than 30 seconds, go ahead.
Okay. Hi.
I'm not putting cap on you,
Yeah.
but first of all, welcome to MAAB Talks.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I am Malya. I have about 12 years of work experience in cybersecurity. I started my job back in India. I worked at KPMG in India and London. Then I moved to the US to do my master's. And since 2018, I've been working with tech companies in San Francisco Bay Area. Currently, I'm working at Meta.
Okay,
I'm a security engineer.
that's nice. That's nice. That's what our topic is today.
Awesome.
So, like, we have so many scams going on around. Okay, some we know that it's happening, some we don't know that it's happening. Some people think that what's there? I don't click anything, nothing happens. Okay, there's common misconception about security and safety of someone's data. Okay, we don't pay attention to it. We think that that's okay. What would they do? Okay, so in this episode, let's talk about all of these really quick, and then let's even talk about careers in your field. Okay, because there are like lot of people and lot of students who are like very much interested in pursuing their career in cybersecurity and multiple arenas around that field. So let's even talk about that. Okay. So for the followers, please do subscribe and let's get to the show.
Sounds good.
Okay. The first thing is I'll give you a stat. Okay. India is ranked number 4 in phishing losses. Like, like they're getting, it's ranked 4. I mean, like so many people are getting hacked or somehow they're involved in some kind of scam. They're not involved in scam, but they're scammed by some hacker. Okay, it might be a literate, it might be a person who's not that technologically advanced, but even they're getting hacked. Okay, so what do you think is the common habit that is creating this?
Yeah. So I think specifically for India, we've had very rapid digitalization
Mm.
of everything in the last 10 years, I would say. Everybody went over to having smartphones from literally very small phones or literally no phones at all.
True.
So this rapid digitization is not accompanied with digital literacy. So
Mm.
that is point number one, I would say, that everybody wants to get on social media. Everybody wants to have digital bank accounts, everything, but that initial knowledge of where your data can go wrong was not there.
Yeah.
And then specifically for India, that is the main concern, that people do not know where and how my data can be misused.
Mm.
Like you said, that even our parents say that I don't have anything in my Gmail. Even if I have a very simple password, who is going to, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
who has my Gmail password, right? But I think the first and foremost thing is please have complex passwords for all your apps.
Not my birthday.
Not your birthday, not your daughter's name, not your dog's name.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
have very, like, not very sophisticated, but yeah, please have longer passwords. Please don't reuse passwords
Mm.
across different apps like Gmail and other social media apps. And if possible, please have two-factor authentication enabled, either with Google Authenticator or having your phone as a backup for having, multi-factor authentication. Because if somebody really gets your password, that is the first thing that they can do to harm, because
Mm,
all your bank accounts, phone numbers, everything is linked to your email address first.
true.
Like if somebody wants to reset your password, they can just do it if they have your Gmail or any, mail password. So I think that's the first step. And if you have um, you put some things in place to make it a little harder for the hackers, it's two-factor authentication. Like have OTP come into your phone
Mm-hmm.
or any app, so that it's just a little bit harder for hackers to get into your account. And mostly hackers are lazy.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to really work too hard to
Get the data.
get the data. Like
Uh-huh.
they just want simple methods. If they can just guess your password at a mass scale, they would probably do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And one thing you notice between USA or like Western countries versus India in this regards, like can you compare both of them?
Yeah.
What did you see anything
Yeah, so
different?
I've really noticed like there's a big difference
Mhm.
between people in US versus people in India. Like people in US are more cognizant of
Mhm.
their data. Like
Mhm.
if somebody at a local retail store asks them for a phone number or email address, in fact, or date of birth because they want to create your profile, in the US, people tend to say no
Yeah.
because they don't want to overshare their data.
Mhm.
They want to make sure that, okay, I'm here to buy this t-shirt. That's all information you need. You don't need my
Phone
address and
number.
phone number and all of those things. So
Yeah.
people in the US literally know that they can exactly, like, they just literally can say no to
Yeah.
that shopkeeper. Versus in India, for example, recently I went to India to a retail store and they asked, okay, please tell your phone number. I was like, okay, I'll just give my phone number. And then they were like, okay, what's your date of birth? I'm like, why do you need my date of birth? They
Yeah.
said, no, we can send you exciting offers for your birthday and all that. And I said no, but people over there were really sharing that data.
Yeah. And
So,
some shops you have to, it's like mandatory, give me your phone number, because they'll say they'll send you a receipt.
yeah,
And I recently saw that government has banned this, saying that they cannot mandate giving phone numbers to shops like or
exactly.
like in any retail stores.
So, I mean, people in India don't know that they have the right to say no.
Mhm.
I think they can just tell, okay, I don't want to give my phone number. You can print a receipt for me. That's how
Yeah,
it used to
yeah,
work
yeah.
few years back.
I think when you go to some urban places, I think some people resist giving that, but in some places they don't care. It's not like they're ignorant of the fact
Hmm.
that some they can steal their data, and how like they'll use it against them. But some people, they feel like that's the norm.
Yeah.
Giving your phone number is a norm where when you go to a store. Okay.
Hmm.
So yeah, this is one thing which everyone needs to understand, that
Yeah.
it's not normal to give your data when you purchase something, unless and until you want to.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a good initiative by government by canceling this, because
Yes.
this way uh at least some people will be safe. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And even if, for example, you share your phone number at a retail store, so these companies, I don't know which retail stores do that, but a lot of downstream harm that happens is that these companies sell your data to smaller marketing firms.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, if you bought a shoe from one specific brand, they know, okay, you wear this kind of shoe. Probably you are in this demographic,
Mm-hmm.
you are a male or a female, this age group. So I will target you with similar shoe brands or similar t-shirt brands, whatever.
True.
So they are literally selling your data to other smaller marketing companies so
Mm-hmm.
that they can call you for either marketing purposes, or even if it gets into the wrong hands, then
Yeah.
scams.
Scams.
Yeah.
That's also true. And you don't know what the end for that is. They might
Yeah.
sell it. See, if I don't mind if I get an ad based on my preference.
Yeah.
I'm lazy to search. Okay. But if it goes beyond that, and if I get a scam call, then I'm worried about it. So there's a layer to it, and you don't know where it'll end.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
And in this country, I see, like there is a lot of data privacy. I don't know how it started. Like digitalization, I don't know, like it has been how many years? I could say like hardly 30 to 40 years, like,
Mhm.
we started using all of these. But
Mhm.
I would say that, in this countries, they are very strict about their
Yeah.
data. You go to a hospital,
Yeah.
they don't share any data. Like, it's all about data privacy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think the concept in the US is very, very different than in
different.
India. So it is very comparable.
Even I cannot take my brothers or mothers or wives' data. Like, if I have to
Yeah,
go to a hospital and ask their
they will not
information,
share. Yeah.
until and unless the person says that, they don't share it.
Yeah. Like in the US, there are a lot of laws that
Mhm.
protect people, and people are aware that, okay, I have these laws, and somebody misuses it. For
Mhm.
example, hospitals is a very big thing.
Yeah.
They can sue. So I
Mm.
think in the US, that's why they take it very, very seriously. They don't want to pay hefty
The heavy
fines.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like, slowly that should also go towards India,
Yes.
or it should be like, if there is a person in a family, like, they have to tell that to their parents, their elders, their brothers who don't know this information. They have to share it so that they don't share
Yeah.
their data.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they say that data is new gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know
Yeah.
with the AI, it can do wonders.
Yeah.
You don't know what'll happen on the other end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one more thing I wanted to say is there was a recent trend.
Mhm.
What they were doing is they were uploading their picture into ChatGPT, and it would give them I don't know if it's ChatGPT or other AI platform, but it would give them a image of them in olden time, like a vintage
Mm-hmm.
picture of them, and people started uploading their pictures into AI. 10 years from now, you don't know.
Yeah.
They have your they have your entire image, and then they can do anything with it. You have uploaded it. And then second thing is, I saw that, you can sell your voice to AI, because if you want to, like, if your voice is good, you can sell it to AI so that they can use it for their purposes. In the same way, if they sell your data or your image, and in future if something happens, you
Yeah.
can never predict if it's a real video of you or if it's AI
Yeah.
generated.
So I think that is one of the biggest harms
Mm-hmm.
of AI, that it can literally mimic your voice,
Yeah.
mimic your, like if you just upload a picture, it can
Yeah.
make a video of you saying anything. So,
I know.
and in all the privacy consent and everything, when we sign up on these applications, they will make you accept all
True.
of these things, which obviously nobody reads. But yeah, it's scary.
It's scary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we have to be very careful, and we go with the flow, we go with the trend,
Hmm.
we go with the urgency, FOMO.
Yeah.
Looking at that, we feel like it's really cool. Let me try it. What
Yeah.
will happen in the end? But at this point, if it's a AI video, but 10 years from now, God knows
Yeah.
how advanced it might get, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But we don't. Let's see what will
Yeah.
happen. Yeah. Okay. So let's go into Meta.
Mhm.
Okay. Um. And not only Meta, it's more about. Let's get into social media.
Mhm.
Okay, where I'll give you some stats. Okay, 37% of Instagram users face impersonation. Okay, as per Meta, 16 million scam pages were, like, were globally deleted. Okay,
Mhm.
so that is how much, like, even in my page, if I see something, if I post a picture, I get like 3 or 4 comments below, and then most of them would be from a person who's trying to spam people.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's really really scary. And then we keep deleting them, they create more accounts. You keep deleting them, they create more this thing. So let's get into segment 2. Okay, you have worked for social media platforms. Okay, I'll share some stats with you. Okay, 37% of Instagram users said that, they faced impersonation. Okay, and Meta removes 16 million scam pages, like, globally. Okay, I mean, that's a huge number. I don't know how much energy they're putting into creating pages like this. Okay, so what are the biggest risk zones people don't realize? Okay, and
Yeah.
what happens?
Yeah, so I think with all social media companies, it's very hard to control it. And then
Mm-hmm.
all the companies are taking measures to kind of remove things
Mm-hmm.
like that. But the biggest thing that people don't realize is it's a very cheap entry barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody can create accounts, anybody can set up groups, pages. And the only thing that an attacker or a hacker wants to do is either get money
Mm-hmm.
or get your password.
Sure.
So they will try to create pages, try to send you links in direct messages,
Mm-hmm.
saying that, oh, if you click this link, I will show you who your followers are or who viewed your profile and stuff like that, which is
Mm-hmm.
not really possible in a lot of social
Yes.
media.
Yeah.
So, this kind of urgency that they create
Mm-hmm.
in their ads, in
Mm-hmm.
their messages, that's one thing that we don't realize and we just click on it.
Yeah.
And sometimes people even enter their bank information or some credit card information and they get scammed with money. So,
True.
I think the most important thing that people should realize is that digital literacy, that okay, scams like this happen a lot and we have to just be very very mindful
Mm-hmm.
before making that click or making that you know next step of
FOMO.
FOMO, basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Right.
doesn't have to be like, you should not have the FOMO. It should
Yeah.
be okay, do I know this person? Like, we know that it happened with one of my friends. She has a lot of followers, she has a public profile, and somebody copied her profile picture
Mm-hmm.
and made a fake profile and started reaching out to a couple of her followers that,
Okay.
hey, I need some money, can you just
Mm-hmm.
send me $50, $20? Like, they are ask for a smaller amount, so
True.
people who are friends are also not like, oh, this is not a big amount. But if 20 people
Does that?
accept that,
Yeah.
the
That's an
hacker is
issue.
making easy $500.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's like people like this, like they kind of take advantage
Mm-hmm.
of public profiles and public pictures. So yeah, just be, if you receive such messages, reach out to your friend first,
First, right?
message her or call her
I got
separately.
I got a message from my friend. He give money. I am going somewhere, and I felt like he doesn't speak that English.
Yeah,
This guy, like, you can find out because these hackers, they might be smart enough to hack you, but I don't think they speak the same way your friend speaks.
yes,
If you feel like that's not the way they speak, then first reach out to them in different platform and see if
yeah,
it's really them. I did the same thing. I texted them, and then
yeah.
and then he said that that's not me, my profile was hacked, and then he went through the process. So what
Yeah.
happens if someone's profile hacks?
Yeah.
What happens next in social media normally?
So basically, if your account gets hacked, that means your password was compromised. The first thing to do is either try to reset your password as soon as possible. A lot of people have email addresses or phone numbers associated with the account, so just set your different password. If that is also not working, I think all social media companies have separate contact forms where you can reach out to them, tell them, hey, my account was compromised, I am not able to reset it, please help me. And I'm sure like these companies really help the people if they are really out of their own accounts. So it's, for example, I log in from a US IP on my account, right? And somebody tried to hack my account. For example, they were able to do that successfully. Their IP will be very different from my IP.
Yes.
Unless somebody within my region is trying to compromise my account. So this is a very quick and easy technical judgment to make that okay, a person logging in from US at 7 p.m. versus somebody logging in from India at 8 p.m. it's not really possible.
Yes.
So that connection can be made, and then somebody can really make sure that okay, your account was compromised and we can help you
So
reset your password.
that's how the companies usually reset the password and give it back to the people.
Yeah, so it is easy to do that. It's just a little bit time consuming.
Yes.
But
But
For sure.
meanwhile, the person can do anything with your profile.
Yeah.
That's the danger over there.
So yeah.
And I see that, say you post more about sports,
Mm-hmm.
you get you get more and more requests from fake profiles with sports. You
Mm.
post more about AI, crypto, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You get more from them. I keep seeing that. And even for youngsters who usually, if they feel they post, or if they follow more pages about women and all that, for dating and all that, I realize that they get more, more people who try to take advantage of that situation, and then they say that, DM me, let's get onto
Mm-hmm.
a video call,
Mm-hmm.
and then it goes in a different way. So these scenarios will create urgency. So when you put your profile open and when you follow certain pages, these people, they see what your trends are, and then they
Mm.
create the account, and they're getting really smart at it. And even I'm seeing a lot of things happening like this. And in my Instagram handle, I delete so many messages like that.
Yeah.
They keep messaging. You delete their profile, they create one more. They have so much energy. I feel like if they really work on something productive, they'll get more money than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so, any advice you want to give them? One
Mm-hmm.
small advice for them.
Yeah. So if you're an influencer or have a large following, yeah, I understand that you have to keep your accounts public, um, but try to maintain good data hygiene. Like if you are, for example, your handle is mostly about podcast, helping students, helping NRIs, so stick to that. I would say don't try to overshare your personal life
True.
over there, because people try to take advantage of anything personal that you would share on your account. Or and if you're not an influencer, if you are just a regular person, just try to keep your accounts private, so that only your friends have access to your data. I think it's all about good data hygiene and good judgment of, okay, what is a scam versus what is fine. What is your friend versus
Who it is.
anybody else reaching out to you
Exactly.
for some other scam. Yeah.
Yeah. And then don't get your Instagram handle hacked. It's You cannot watch reels
Yes.
for 24 or to 48 hours. So
Please have strong passwords
yeah,
on all your
social media
social media,
platforms.
emails,
Yeah.
everywhere,
True.
all the accounts.
Yes. So let's get into a different segment. And this scam is it has like 6 months, 7 months back. This started becoming a big trend. Parents in India started getting calls. This They get a random call. So I personally know 2 to 3 people who got these calls, and on my social media I got like almost like 10 to 15. It was a big trend. So what they did is they call up parents in India, and they say that your kid is in jail, or something happened to your kid, and they wear a police uniform and hat and everything, and then they
Mm.
call the parent and they say that, turn on a video call. And some calls were saying that, you have been part of some crime, you have sent a parcel, and we have your details, we have your Aadhaar number and all that. So stay there, don't talk to anyone. If you move from there, or if you talk to anyone, you will be in trouble, you might go to jail and all that. So parents who don't know what's going on, they're touching on their vulnerability. One thing, their kid is in danger. First thing, your
Yeah.
brain stops working. Second thing, if they say that, you have done something wrong, that's another thing.
Yeah.
So this scam has become like a biggest sensation in last 6 months. And then I even heard that even people now are getting some calls like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, very unfortunate
Yeah.
kind of scam. But I think these scammers, you mentioned that people have your Aadhaar card information, passport information. That is actually, I think there was a very big data leak in India about Aadhaar card and passport maybe 7 to 8 years ago. by some company. So that is not our fault. So
Yeah.
I would say
True.
if a legitimate government agency or someone is taking your data, which we anyways have to share, like if that gets leaked, that is not in our control for sure.
Yes.
But these hackers and scammers, they really try to take advantage of your vulnerabilities, as you mentioned. If my parents, for example, get a call, they're sitting in India, I'm sitting in US, and they get such a call, of course they will be fearful, right? Like
Exactly.
they will be like, oh my god, we are 24 hours away
Hmm.
in terms of flight. What happened? So these scammers play with your emotional intelligence rather than your actual,
True.
regular intelligence, like threat
Yeah.
intelligence at that
Yeah.
matter. Like anybody would be shocked and harmed,
Yeah.
and they'll just agree to whatever you're doing. Yeah, it is very unfortunate, but then I think the way to go about it is take a deep breath, try to not answer
Kids.
any
I
question.
would say kids should, like, say, talk to their parents and explain this to them.
Exactly. So yeah,
Sometimes they don't know what to do, but yeah.
yeah, we should all tell our parents. Like I also keep personally telling my parents that please, if you get these calls, just hang up. Don't try to argue with them, because if something were to happen, you'll get to know by official authorities.
Mm.
Like someone randomly is not going to call you. You will probably get an like a letter, or you will
True.
get contacted by some
Yeah.
other, like embassy, for example.
And
Like
no police officer would say if you hang up the call, you'll go to
exactly.
jail.
Yeah, nobody will say that. And no
Yeah.
police officer has the time to dress up and just make a video
Video
for
call.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they will not do that. They will probably show up at your door in
True.
case something wrong happens. And so this, if this scam is ongoing, I think we should all the NRIs should call their parents, tell them that this is something going
Exactly.
on. Please don't fall for it. These are just ways for people to take
Yeah.
advantage of your emotional vulnerabilities and take some money,
True.
and their job is done. Basically, they want money at the end of the day. They don't care about your
True.
emotions.
And the other thing I saw is in USA, they're calling saying that we are from USCIS, and then you have some issue, and they started making people buy gift cards, saying that you give me go and buy an Apple gift card and send me the number, so that I can try to, like, make sure that you're out of this trouble. And I know a person who personally, not now, few years back, she personally spent $800 on gift cards without even realizing. They have threatened her so bad that you need to leave this country. They'll put you in a detention center and all that. So
Yeah.
even that's a very scary situation to be in. And every call you receive, first thing is breathe in, breathe out,
Yeah. Exactly.
right?
Breathe in, breathe out. Understand that USCIS will probably never call you. They
Exactly.
will never
They
ask
might
for
bang
app.
on your door and
Yeah, they
come
will.
take you, but not
Exactly.
about a call.
They will
Yeah.
not ask you for
Hmm.
gift cards and
Gift
all. So
cards and
if,
all that.
yeah, they
Yeah.
like these scammers, they try to create that urgency that if you don't do it now, I'm going to do this. And that should be a first cue that, okay,
Exactly.
if they are doing so much urgency, something is
Something
off
is
here.
off. Yeah.
Like breathe in, breathe out, take few minutes, and maybe hang up or reach out to your friends, ask them, okay, I got such a call.
Yeah.
Like instead of taking action at that time,
It's
talk to
better.
others and understand that, yeah, this even possible? Like why would they really call you?
Do
Because
that,
if
right?
every scam is motivated by something financial, it is a question mark. Like
Hmm.
you
And
should be questioning them and questioning yourself that if you're doing the right thing or not.
yes. Yeah. And next thing is kids in home. Okay. What they're doing is they play games in your phone, and then randomly while playing, they might there are some games which pop up ads automatically, which they download it.
Mm.
Okay. And then they don't know how to close it, they randomly open it. In your sense, what can happen in the background, because you
Yeah.
know it better.
Yeah, exactly. So if you get these free pop-ups, that means they want you to probably download something on your phone or try to make you pay for another app which you don't want probably. And I think if kids are doing it, they don't care, right? They will
They
just
just
keep
click.
clicking, making sure that they're back onto their game. So a lot of things can go wrong here. Like there are a lot of malware apps. Malware apps are like not suspicious, but actually malicious apps that can get downloaded in the background. You won't even see it on your phone where
Yeah.
it got downloaded, but it just got downloaded. And the major risk is they can actually steal your data. So
Yeah.
they can at least get your contact information, like whoever is your contact on your phone. They can even get your location. And when these things happen, you just unintentionally click yes, 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 agree to everything. So they can literally say, okay, you agreed to sharing your data or you agreed to sharing
Exactly.
your contact list.
Yeah.
So that's the basic minimum thing, that they will download malicious APKs onto your phone. It's easier on Android phones, I would say, as compared to
Yeah.
iOS phones, because
Yeah.
iOS has a very strict boundary or
Mhm.
boundary to enter
Mhm.
into the App Store. If it is a very sophisticated app, they can even steal all your data. Like we've
Exactly.
seen cases
Yeah.
at my previous job where
Mhm.
literally they will download a suspicious background app on your phone,
Mm.
steal everything, your keystrokes, your messages, photographs, everything on your phone. So
That's
it's
it.
really scary. I think we should really tell kids who are playing on phones
Yeah,
games
exactly. Yeah.
just to not click on these random things, random pop-ups, because
Yeah.
they are 90% of the cases scam or
Scam. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I even see betting apps and
Hmm.
all that being downloaded. And sometimes it's really scary looking at them because you don't know what's being downloaded and what's in your phone.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
even if in 10% of the cases they are good
Jenny?
apps, however, they will be such smaller companies or few people just developing that app that it's very easy to hack
Hack
into
them.
that app and
Yeah.
make it malicious,
So
right?
you're saying that if someone hacks a smaller app you downloaded, that might create an issue in your phone and they
Exactly.
might get into your phone.
Yeah.
So hackers might target smaller apps. So anything you download, you have to even make sure it maintains all the, like, it has good reviews at
Yes.
least, and you have to go through that and
Yeah.
make
Like
sure.
always make sure that you are
Yeah.
downloading apps from reputable sources. Don't
Mhm.
just Google on Google that, oh, I want this app, because the first few might be not so good.
True.
Try to always go from your app store and make sure that it has multiple thousands, millions of downloads, not just a few hundreds.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. So let's get into careers, okay?
Mhm.
For young listeners, okay, who are listening to this podcast, what would you have to say for them? And then what's the career path if they want to get into cybersecurity or anything around this area?
Mhm.
Give them a light.
Yeah. So I think cybersecurity is a very, very exciting field in itself. The reason why I say that, not just because I work
Mhm.
in that,
Mhm.
I've had a lot of
Mhm.
experience, but in the time that I have worked in cybersecurity, everything just is so new. Like every other week, every other month, there is a new technology coming. And as attackers get sophisticated, the
You get
defenders also have to get sophisticated. So
exactly.
it's always a game of, it's not a whack-a-mole game, I would say, but
Mhm.
it's always like you have to step up as compared to the attackers. So I would
Okay.
say if people are interested in cybersecurity, right from the very beginning, there are a lot of courses on Udemy, Coursera. Get started with that. If you have no background knowledge about cybersecurity, these are the good places to get started.
So if I'll take you back a little.
Mhm.
So if I'm in my high school, okay.
Mhm.
So what should I pick first?
So in high school, if
Like
you're
once I go to engineering, if I'm going
Mhm.
to engineering, so computer
Okay.
science or like going core straight into cybersecurity, which one do you prefer would have a
So if
better?
you're passionate about cybersecurity, I would say if the colleges they're applying
Mhm.
to offer cybersecurity courses, which a lot of them do now,
Mhm.
I would recommend straight away going to cybersecurity courses, because
Okay.
these are very sought after um, jobs. I know the job market is not so great at this point, but
Uh-huh.
otherwise it is a very, very sought after field.
Okay.
The reason is because not a lot of people opt for this. A
Mm.
lot of people opt for software engineering,
Yeah.
electrical engineering.
Yeah.
There is a very less number of people who try to go for cybersecurity. So all the jobs that are there will
Mhm.
try to focus on this subset of people.
Yes, yes.
So if
Okay.
you are really interested and passionate about this field,
Directly go there.
directly go there.
And then in masters, okay, if they have to do masters, is there any other field they could do and jump into cybersecurity, or is there only
No, you can do that. So, for example, I did my master's in information systems,
okay?
but I tried to focus on cybersecurity courses. So you
Okay.
can definitely do things like even computer science
Mhm.
or information systems, and try to pick your courses which focus on cybersecurity. Um, and even if you're not able to pick some courses like that, which
Mhm.
if your university doesn't offer, you can always do side projects.
Mm.
Like there are a lot of companies who prefer people doing their own GitHub, build your own tool, a little small tool, or build your own scripts to show off something. So
Okay.
even if you don't get these courses, you can, if you're passionate enough, you
Okay.
can just try to do things on your own.
Okay. And then once I do that, so if I don't get my job in cybersecurity, what's my other option so that I can grow up to become a cybersecurity officer?
Yeah.
I can get into a cybersecurity. So what's the other way around?
So, like in cybersecurity, I would say there are majorly three areas of jobs.
Mhm.
One is security operations center, which is like mostly cybersecurity. That
Mhm.
okay, if a security incident happens, you go and fix it.
Yeah.
It's like a defender's job. Okay, something goes wrong, I go and fix it.
Mhm.
Second one is ethical hacking,
Mhm.
which is red teaming or penetration testing. So that's another area that we are the ones who will try to see if something is wrong in an app, or
Okay.
try to brute force things and see what could go wrong here,
Mhm.
and do some pen test on the tool. So that's another one. And if these are too technical, there is a third area, which is governance, risk, and compliance. So
Okay.
these areas, I think mostly all the companies have this. This is to make sure that whatever apps your company have or whatever data your company holds, is everything in compliance, is
Mhm.
everything according to what the minimum basic audit standards are. So a lot of companies offer these job roles as security analysts or governance analyst, who
Okay.
try to just make sure that okay, even if data is there,
Mhm.
we have enough controls in place so that
It
nothing
doesn't
can,
get.
it doesn't go out.
Okay.
So if even if you're not able to get into the main cybersecurity technical area, you can always try to go for governance, risk, and compliance roles,
Okay.
which a lot of companies offer.
Okay.
And even if I think if you are not able to get a job in this, all the cybersecurity masters and bachelors, they will let you do coding. Like they have to, code.
Okay.
So
So they can get into other fields
they
too.
can get into cybersecurity. If not cybersecurity, they can get into software development.
Development.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I heard that you need security clearance for some of the cybersecurity, and like you have also been in job market at one point of your life. So what do you see in USA? How much of security clearance will they ask? And for security clearance, I could say that government usually puts a cap on
Yeah.
certain companies and certain job roles, that you have to be a citizen, you have to have certain uh, background to
Yeah.
be able to get that job. So what's the security clearance on most of the big companies you see?
Yeah. So actually, there are some companies who used to do that. In one of my previous companies as well, there was like in within my team as well,
Mhm.
they had a security clearance for few roles. So out
Okay.
of a team of 10, 3 needed to have security clearance, which
Okay.
is you need to be a citizen or
Yes,
on green
yes.
card, or and then they have to go through some training, some actual they have to visit some facility to make sure that
They get.
they are legitimate people and they are not just having bad intentions
Mhm.
towards data. So I would say it is there. Not a lot of companies, but few. I don't know. I cannot predict the number, but yeah,
Okay.
few
Okay.
companies are there
Okay.
who want you to be a citizen, because those roles directly are for government related data, which only citizens can handle.
Understood.
But it's not a lot. Like I think there are a lot of other places and areas as well where security clearance is not really required.
Okay. Okay. So that's the thing. So if anyone is dreaming to become a cybersecurity engineer, I could
Mhm.
call that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is your pathway.
Yeah, and I think I would like to add one more thing.
Mhm.
So, doing masters and bachelors in cybersecurity, yes, that helps. for example, you did not do that and
Mhm.
you're already in the job market, there are a lot of certifications and
Okay.
additional courses that you can do.
Can you name few?
Yeah, so I think I actually noted some of them down. So the
Mhm.
basic one, if you want to go for the cybersecurity security operations center analyst, which I talked like the first section, there are a lot of certifications which are offered by CompTIA Plus. So
Okay.
this is like the basic
Mhm.
cybersecurity handler training that you
Okay.
can do. There's an institution called SANS,
Mhm.
which offer 1 week training and then a certification exam. It's a
Okay.
slightly pricier one and
Okay.
slightly difficult
Mhm.
to crack. But then if you have that on your resume, that
It's a
means
it's a
the company
plus.
will know that, okay, this is a very big plus. Having any
Okay.
of these SANS
Mhm.
certifications. CompTIA Plus
Mhm.
is another one that
Mhm.
you can do. And you can also do for red teaming and penetration testing, there is certified ethical hacker.
Okay.
So these are all certifications that you can do. Some of them are free, some of them are paid.
Okay.
But depending on your interest, you can do. And I think the last one would be that Google also offers a cybersecurity professional certificate.
Okay.
So you can just look that
Do.
up.
Okay.
And so having these on your resume is definitely a plus
Okay.
in addition to your masters and bachelors.
Yeah, understood. So if they're from a computer science background and if they want to get into this, it's better to do these certifications. And I'll post this certifications in description so that you guys can see. So that's with the cybersecurity background. Right now, let's conclude it with a 3-second rule.
Okay.
Okay, like what's the best practice you would give from home, like to conclude this entire podcast?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like the 3 second rule. So
Yeah.
3 second rule, I guess, is okay, if you get a suspicious message or you
Mhm.
get a suspicious request from someone, stop, take a breath, wait for 3 seconds, understand, is this real or is this trying to
Mhm.
is this fake, like is it trying to scam me? So I think this 3 second rule, make sure that you don't get into the impulse of whatever the message says, like as we mentioned in the podcast earlier, that people try to make sure that they will make the message very urgent or very exciting, that, oh, click this, you'll earn $100,000, whatever. So just to make sure that you don't act on your
Mhm.
impulse, take that 3 second rule, take a step back, and think about what this is. Is this really something that you will get? Like, who would
Exactly.
get a message saying that you
Exactly.
will win? Why will I win $100,000?
Yes.
So things like that. Even if you get suspicious emails from random people who you don't know, that, hey, this is a PDF that I would like you to sign. Am I expecting this PDF? Who is
Yeah.
this person? Check their sender email address. Is it coming from a gmail.com or an official .gov or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure that whatever links you are clicking, it has to be authentic. And if you're not expecting any message like that, don't click on it. Like, you don't
Yes.
really have to know what's behind the
True.
link, right? So I
Yeah.
think this is first thing. Second thing, please have complex passwords. Don't share your passwords with anyone. Don't share OTPs.
Mhm.
Have multi-factor authentication. I think this is the biggest one,
Yeah.
to make sure that your accounts don't get hacked.
Mhm.
People cannot impersonate you. And lastly, I think, yeah, educate your parents,
True.
educate
True.
our
People
generation.
who don't
Yeah,
know
people who don't
this
know
kind
much.
of
Yeah.
information. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much for your time. And then, if anyone has any other questions, they'll reach out to you.
Absolutely.
I'll tag you on this podcast if anyone wants to pursue their career in this. So thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And I would be really glad to help out people if they really are interested in this field, because I'm very passionate about it and
Okay.
I can talk lens about it. So thank you so
That's
much.
nice. And everyone stay safe. Don't get
Please.
hacked.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.